Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Saloon Podcast. I'm your host, Mirage, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Hi,
Burner.
it's me. I'm the guy who decides to come into the saloon. I'm running out of introductions here.
Yeah.
I need more
Um,
metaphors.
yeah. And today we're going to be talking about Sonic Battle.
Now, Sonic Battle. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this gem of '03, let me tell you a little story about little mini Como over here. This was one of my first ever Sonic games. It's not my first Sonic game. It was Sonic Advance 3. But since the GBA was my most nostalgic console, you could kind of imagine that I have a lot of nostalgia for Sonic Battle. Like, given that the game is like almost 10 years old at this point, or almost 20 years old at this point, like it's kind of crazy, but hey, the game is still solid in 2021. I've been playing it a lot as of late. I've been making a really funny ROM hack for a script of a game. It's been a huge blast playing through that game again, and hey, once I learned a lot of things about it, it actually kind of became one of my favorite Sonic games. Yeah, honestly, it's really good. But let's take things one step at a time here. So let's go ahead and talk about the story first and foremost, because yeah, it's one of the only Sonic games that actually has like a full length story. We're talking Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2 here, folks. Strap in. So the main plot of the story revolves around the Gizoid, a ancient robot that Eggman dug up, and it turns out that this thing has been well suited for battle as it can capture the moves of anyone that it fights with. You will see this as the main mechanic used in the story mode. Sonic runs up to it one day while on a jog throughout the beach. It registers itself as a thing. Sonic goes to show Tails, and then gets beaten up by robots, and then he beats him up, and it's like roar. And then it turns out, yeah, fighting moves. It did that too. And then Sonic and Tails go out to the beach. They fight again, and Sonic says that this robot will be named Emerald and will become the main secondary character throughout the entire game. You'd be hard pressed playing a single fight in the story mode and not have Emerald in some capacity, unless you're doing like very early game stuff or you're playing a Shadow. But yeah, and it's just pretty much going through a bunch of scenarios featuring these characters and Emerald. So yeah, that's pretty much
Mhm.
the story without going too much into spoilers. Well, I'd be spoiling an almost 20-year-old game, and that'd be your fault if you haven't played it yet, but I like
Yeah,
respecting your time. I like respecting everybody
yeah.
else.
I haven't played through the entirety of the game yet, so this is more so a Burner's episode than mine. But
But it's pretty much an inverse of what we did last time for Treasure Island.
yep, pretty much.
But yeah,
So I felt as though it'd be fair.
yeah. And plus, with battle, plus battle's actually a lot more complicated than one actually might look at first glance. It's like the Sonic writers of fighting games.
From what I remember, there's a counter for both. Well, the counter is the same for both stock and what is it, points? Yeah.
Well, actually, there's two rule sets. The 3 year rule sets that you can do throughout the game. There's the tie match. There's the KO match in the stock match. The tie match and the KO match are pretty much the same thing. Get a certain number of KOs or have the most amount of KOs under a time limit. And stock battles are like your typical stock battles in fighting or Smash Brothers. You have a certain number of lives, and if you lose all of them, you're gone. And
Yeah.
and in terms of like the complexity of the game itself, yeah, honestly speaking, there's a lot to go over. So in terms of the fighting game itself, it's a Game Boy Advance fighting game, so you only have four main buttons: A, B, L, and R. Your A button is your jump. Your B button is your basic 1-2-3 combo with a heavy attack, and if you do a 1-2-3 and then press the B button again, you can do a heavy attack. If you press the left D pad or push it in the opposite direction of where you're aiming, it will do an upper attack, which will send your enemy upwards. The heavy attack can be linked with with your pursuit and you can slam an enemy to the ground if you're playing as any other character aside from Emerald, at least from the start of the game. And for the R button, you actually get special moves. So, like for example, Sonic can get like a wave attack, a ring attack that lets him launch towards or the direction of the ring, and a little mine attack. Each character has three different types: the shot type, a pow type, and the trap type. At the start of each stock, or start of each life, I'd say, you get to choose you get to choose the order of which the things that you want. So let's say, for example, I want in a ground power and a air trap, and I'd get those two. And then here's where things get a little interesting, and I think I a little piece of arcane knowledge to any of those who are struggling with this game. The last thing that you select is actually your resistance for that life. So since I went power trap, I would have a resistance to all shot type attacks. So for example, if Tails used this shot type on me, I would block it and take no damage from it. So if Shadow were to use a power attack on me, I would still get hit. If that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
I realize that I'm going over fighting game mechanics, but it's pretty integral to learning it's pretty integral to learn the ins and outs of this game, as it is with any other Sonic spin-off. Because like
Yeah.
a big thing with the Sonic spin-offs is that they're surprisingly kind of complex unless you're playing Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing. So if you're willing to take the time to learn the game's mechanics, you will not only beat this game, you'll probably enjoy it too. Because because at sometimes you're beating up on robots, you get to beat them up with all your favorite Sonic characters at this point in the series, and it's fun. It's just really satisfying to beat the living crud out of every single foe that comes in your way, whether it be during the story mode fights or playing a traditional arcade mode or playing multiplayer or standard versus mode. Doesn't matter which. This game is just really, really fun.
And I haven't even played it, and I really find it intriguing.
Yeah, if you can, I recommend playing this game in multiplayer. I haven't tried it yet myself, but I can imagine playing this game with friends is probably going to be one of the most fun experiences you could possibly have with a multiplayer Sonic game. You will
Oh
need
yeah.
like VBA and Link in order to do it online or Parsec. I'm pretty sure it'll work like that for VBA. I'm not too sure. Don't take my word on it for that. But if you can do that, like, heck yeah, dudes, go for it. Have a good time. They'll probably get the same amount of enjoyment as Scott Pilgrim, which is very,
Yeah.
very high. Or at least in our humble opinion, that we think Scott Pilgrim is a very good game for with friends, and I think Sonic
Yeah.
Battle will probably be around that level too. And I
Hmm.
haven't even gotten into the main crux of the gameplay here. And the Emerald is fully customizable. So here's the gist. After each major battle in the story mode, whether it be against plot important characters or against, five robots, which are Eggman's robots that are shaped like Emerald, you get a particular character card with one of the characters that participated in the fight. For example, Sonic. If you get a Sonic card, if you have the proper, and you also get skill points at the end of the fight. If you if you have enough skill points and you want to customize Sonic like that, then hey, you can use that skill. And this goes double for every single playable character in this game. And I'm not kidding by that. every single character has not only a different type of run, different type of fighting pose, different attacks, specials, guards, and all that other kind of stuff. You can even mimic their stats if you get the rare cards. It's
Yep.
kind of crazy the level of customization you can give Emerald in this game. It's amazing.
It's insane.
And like that is just going over base level stuff. You can mix and match different things too. So like for example, if I want to give Emerald Tails' run ability and Sonic's jump, then Knuckles' heavy attack, or Amy's 1-2-3 combo, or Cream's upper attack, or Shadow's shot type, Rouge's a power attack, Gamma's trap, doesn't matter which. You can do it so long as you have the proper amount of skill points. Go at it. Make a wild move set.
Yep.
It's kind of something that I wish Smash did with its customizing of characters. Because
Yeah, that would be nice.
like you do not get to this level of customization like very often in your fighting games, and
Which
it's
is ridiculous compared to Smash.
ri- ridiculous. And it's super cool that a function like this even exists in the first place. Because
I don't even
Emerald,
think that Smash has. I don't think Smash even has a third of what Battle has.
no, not even close. And Ultimate is my second favorite game of all time. That proves it. And that
Yeah,
doesn't even like have like major customization. So it's kind of crazy in that regard what you can do with Emerald.
that's
And
true.
that's not even getting into like, all the other stuff. Like if you're tired of fighting in the story mode, don't worry, there's verses in arcade modes. With the unlocked characters that you have right now at the start of the game, which is Sonic through Cream, you can play through the story mode or fight in versus matches. You can set up your opponents to be whatever the computer players that you want. And in arcade mode, well, it's a typical arcade mode. You fight opponents in sets of 1, 2, or 3, 1v1s, 1v1v1s, or battle royales. Or I guess not in the battle royale that a lot of people would say, like fours,
Yeah.
like Mario Party battle royales. Actually,
Hmm.
a Mario Party battle royale would sound really cool. Make it Nintendo, but I'm getting off track here. But
Yeah.
yeah, you fight them in a series, and then you get scored at the end. You can do that for every character for 3 levels of difficulty. It's great. And honestly speaking, I kind of wish that this game had a second chance because being stuck on the Game Boy Advance really, really hurt this one because it's not widely accessible to a lot of people. It's not exactly a game that someone could just pick up and play. It's very complex when you really get down to it. And it's like, but if you're willing to stick this game out for the long run and willing to learn the mechanics and learn how fights work and learn how certain characters work, you're gonna have a good time with this game. Especially if you like arena fighters. If you like arena fighters in general, why haven't you checked out this game? Like honestly, it's
Yeah.
so fun. And like I'd recommend this one to people who aren't even that big of fans of fighting games because especially considering that like fighting games are surprisingly kind of complex. This is still has a bit of depth into its game, but like it's still rather simple. Like you can get through the game pretty easily if you're willing to stick it out and learn some different mechanics. Like I was able to get through this game when I was a big stupid dummy kid. So I imagine that anyone who wants to get into this game, I feel like they'd be able to. And and honestly speaking, I want this game to have a competitive scene. I'd love to see what high level play for this game looks like. I just kind of imagine
It'd
it right now.
be pretty insane.
Honestly speaking, yeah, because like the amount of combos that you can exploit with certain characters like Rouge, Shadow. Cream and Amy
Tails.
and Tails. Yeah,
I
it's
think I heard
insane.
Tails was like the best character in the game from what you told me. I
Tails is
think.
one of the best. I know that
Yeah.
Shadow is pretty good too. Rouge is a pretty tricky setups, although she is a little quirky. And people say that Cream is pretty good too. So,
Yeah, so it's like those three primarily.
well, like you can go as anybody if you as you want. Like if you want to be the weirdo that mains Knuckles, even though Knuckles is one of the worst characters in the game, in my humble opinion, he is just a little too awkward for my liking. Like, if you want to go into a meta game with Knuckles and then go absolutely ham on everybody else, like, yeah, go for it. It's like Smash. It's like Ultimate. Sure, there are
Yeah,
characters who are good, Pikachu, but if aside from that, you can kind of just go as whoever that you want.
pretty
And
much.
and that's why I want to see tournament play for the game, because not only do I love it to from the bottom of my heart, it is one of the games that I grew up with, especially considering that it was a Sonic game that I love. But like, I love to learn another fighting game. Like, I only know two, and of course that's Smash Ultimate and Blaze Blue Cross Tag. For those of you who played that, it's a pretty good game. But yeah, I'd love to be a part of the Sonic Battle competitive community. It's just so, it's interesting because I there's depth here, and I know that something can be made out of it. It's really
Yeah,
fun, and and honestly speaking, this game just needs a better chance, whether it be on a re-release or heck, I'd even like to see a sequel to this game. Screw Sonic Adventure 3. I want to see Sonic Battle 2. Yeah, I said it.
yeah.
I said it.
I feel like Sonic Battle 2 would seem more interesting than Adventure 3. I also don't regret agreeing either. Because, yeah, honestly, I'm kind of tired of people asking for Adventure 3, but whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, I made my opinion about Sonic Battle very much well known. I love this game. And honestly speaking, like, if you grew up with this game, give it another shot. And if you didn't
Yeah.
really get that far, yeah, go for it. Though I will definitely say, there are going to be some things that I would recommend you trying to do once you start getting into this game. The yell button. Guarding. Get good at guarding. That's going to be your key, excuse me, in order to getting good at this game. Because if you
Oh,
guard, you're gonna be fine.
oh, dang.
Yeah, quite literally is just as simple as that. Guarding and healing. Because
Really?
yeah, it really is just that simple. There is there is depth, but the guard button is quite literally all you need aside from just regular attacks and your special attacks. But
Wow.
guard at the right time, heal up all the damage that you got, considering that there are characters with absolutely busted healing abilities like Cream. Mm, good stuff. Good stuff. You you will beat this game. I love it. I know a lot of people love it too. It's a very nostalgic game.
I'm
And
sure anyone that, I feel like any Sonic fan would probably like Sonic Battle.
oh
But
yeah,
not just because of the fact that people, like Sonic, they'd probably easily get into Sonic Battle because, well, it's not like a traditional fighter.
no,
It's more unique, and the way how it plays seems really fun.
yeah. And
It
then
seems like there's a good amount of things it has going for it, so,
there's new ones, and there's definitely a lot of it. And honestly
Yeah.
speaking, I love Sonic Battle. I highly recommend it for anyone who hasn't tried it yet, and I still recommend it for anyone who has tried it and didn't really like it. Hopefully, with the things that I've shared, hopefully it'll allow you to give this game another chance, and hopefully like it just as much as I do. It's
Yeah.
great, and yeah, honestly speaking, this game deserved a second chance. I know I'm repeating myself a lot here, but it just does. It's
No, yeah, I
super
don't
good.
blame you. Yeah. Sounds fun.
It is.
Anyways, do you think we covered everything regarding Battle?
Yes, we did.
Okay, cool. So I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's all we have to talk about for now. If you enjoyed this episode, please stay tuned for the next one we have in store, which will be very soon.
Yeah.
Until then, see ya.
Bye bye.